You need to understand there's a big difference between saying I like you and offering yourself on a silver platter. The secret is called the premise, or as I like to call it, showing her that you see her as a woman who could be one of your options, because now you've become the invisible leader, not the loud commanding one, but the leader who knows how to create an atmosphere, who guides the wave without showing that he's guiding it, instead of saying
this manipulation
guides the wave,
and then he pull up these, bruh, like he Conqueror on some shit. This nigga is toxic as hell. This is how you get modern hoes, bro. Hey, my nigga, I'm all ears. What's going on, YouTube? CDA Green here, back with another video, and today we have how to get any girl without getting rejected. Now, my nigga, this shit is impossible. But the title is so outrageous, bro, that I just fucking clicked. I seen a note, I'm like, oh, let me see what this nigga talking about. That's a bold ass claim, bro. To never ever get rejected, nigga. Bag any girl, bro. You gotta be him. Like, it gotta be something about you to be able to do that shit, bro. So we gonna listen to my toxic ass brother's advice and shit, cause I know this nigga finna do some heavy manipulation and shit to to get this outcome. So without further ado, we not even going like off put it anymore. So if y'all enjoy the video, make sure to like it, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and let's get straight to it.
If you don't know how to properly deal with the girl you like, then you're literally living between two fires. Either you stay silent or you show your interest from the very first minute and get the usual response, I have a boyfriend. But don't worry, there's a third solution, a stronger, smarter one that lets you show interest without losing your value. And in this video, I'll teach you exactly how to do that. So listen to me carefully. Liking someone is...
Okay. So you talking about either you make the approach, and if you do make the approach, you say some basic ass shit, or you show too much interest off rip. So what's the third option? Being nonchalant, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the objective here?
Not a weakness. Many guys have this complex that just showing interest in a girl means you've already lost her, but that's not true. The mistake isn't in the attraction itself, the mistake is in how you show it. If you show your interest in a way that makes you lose value, then yes, you lose. You need to understand there's a big difference between saying I like you and offering yourself on a silver platter. The secret is called the premise, or as I like to call it, showing her that you see her as a woman who could be one of your options, but not as if you've already engraved her name on your wedding ring. So what does the premise mean? It means before you talk, even before you send the first message, you need to read the room. What kind of series are you about to enter? Is it a dramatic series about an employee quitting his life and suddenly wanting to feel important? Is it a social series about girlfriends sharing random thoughts? Or maybe it's a mysterious one with light tension and long glances. We don't know what might happen. The premise is simply the general vibe, the tone, the stage where the scene is happening. If you don't understand the premise, you'll walk onto the stage the wrong way and you might leave it with 2 punches and a block. Picture yourself in a cafe. You see a girl sitting alone, smiling at something on her phone, and you go straight up to her and say, "Hi, what do you think about getting to know each other?" Just like that, with no lead in, no feel for the premise. My nigga. You're coming in
terrible. You seem too fucking eager, bro, and that's never good.
In like an action hero in the middle of a family drama scene. People won't get you because you misread the premise. The premise is the general idea.
You gotta say some shit. I ain't gonna lie, I've been sad all day, man. What's got you smiling on that phone, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta come up cool as hell. But even me saying that, bro, like if it was an actual joint in front of me, nigga, I don't know if I could. It's just too much pressure, you know? But it's only as much pressure as you put on yourself, bro. Like, you see how I came up with that shit off the fucking dome within like 3 seconds, my nigga. And the amount of effort it took me to put that shit from thoughts to words, that shit wasn't hard at all. But when you make something out to be way more than it is, bro, like we often do with approaching a joint, I gotta be perfect. Shit, it just goes bad, bro. So trying too hard, like, come on, my nigga. That's never the way to go.
That guides the conversation. Is it a work-related discussion, a casual chat between friends, or a subtle hint at the possibility of a romantic connection between a man and a woman? This is where most guys fall into the trap. Some believe they should be direct and clear, so they say straight out, "I like you, let's be together." But that's like starting a play from the final scene. There's no build-up, no tension, no game. The real game is not in saying, "I want you" directly, but in delivering that message through body language, tone of voice, and how you speak. You say, indirectly, something might happen between us, but we haven't decided yet. There's a bit of mystery, a sense of play, but not cheap play. It's clever play, like poker. Everyone holds their cards and no one reveals their full hand from the beginning. There's suggestion, there's subtlety, there's a moment of silence followed by a smile. There's an innocent question with a not so innocent tone, and that's where the game begins and becomes your game, because now you've become the invisible leader, not the loud commanding one, but the leader who knows how to create an atmosphere, who guides the wave without showing that he's guiding it. Instead of saying, I want to be...
See, bro, exactly what I said. This manipulation.
Guides the wave,
and then he pull up these, bro, like he Conqueror on some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all that got that Naruto reference, but this nigga is toxic as hell. But if this is how you get modern hoes, bro, hey, my nigga, I'm all ears.
Guiding it. Instead of saying, I want to be with you, say something like, I'm not sure if we'd be able to work together without any issues. You seem like the type who turns seriousness into laughter, then a light laugh, a subtle tease, a small provocation, but all under the umbrella of the premise. We're not flirting outright, we're just talking, but maybe there's something underneath. The idea isn't to be manipulative or to play with people's emotions. The idea is to understand that communication, especially with women, is not always direct speech. The whole game is built on reading what isn't said. She wants to feel that you get the game, that you're not rushing, that you don't need to prove yourself, that you're capable of stepping into the premise and making her experience it with you, without ever saying the words I love you. When you play it right, she starts to enjoy it. She laughs at what you say, responds with a playful challenge, says things that open the door even more, and you...
Man, bruh, man. I was just thinking about like a past situation, right? Oh my God, bro. Like I was at work. I was serving this one customer. I was giving her the food and shit. She said, what else you trying to give me? Now me, in that moment, nigga, we know what that means. But what I had said was, yo, that's a loaded question. That's all I had said, bro. And that's a cool response. It's okay, nigga. It gets like a B. You get graded a B off that shit. But if you want an A+, my nigga, I thought of this shit just now. I could be like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think this the place to talk about that. Give me your number, we gonna discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that would have been fire, my nigga, if I had said some shit like that. Talking in subliminals, bro, not outright saying shit, you know what I'm saying? Making it fun. You lead into later, you know what I'm saying, setups. Like, perfect.
Stay in control, but with sensitivity, not pressure. You don't say, I want you. You say, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. And you let the premise run her imagination. Of course, everything has limits. Don't turn the premise into a horror film. Don't be heavy-handed and ruin the vibe and drift into the territory of, what exactly are you saying? This needs a sense of awareness, a light touch, a light spirit, and a light presence. Before you write, before you speak, ask yourself, what kind of scene am I about to step into? And remember, a strong premise means you don't need to say much because the atmosphere is already speaking for you. Now you understand the game. You've realized that communication isn't always through words, but through mood, implication, and the premise. And to sum it all up, so you can keep following along with me, there are many ways you can talk to a girl, and every way leads to a specific destination. There's a path that leads to friendship. For example, if there's something in common between you.
Yo, this crazy, bro. These are the 3 interpersonal relationship models that the book, The Courage to Be Disliked, discussed. That's crazy. You could either be a Jones friend, they coworker, or their romantic partner. You know what I'm saying? Those are the relationship types that we all have in this life, bro. And apparently, the way to feel fulfilled in this shit, or your duty as a person, is to properly manage all of these relationships. And that's how you lead to fulfillment, I'm pretty sure the book said. Or at least that is your task, right? That's what you need to do. So, hey, my nigga, I'm choosing that romantic shit. Like, I don't need female friends, my nigga. I don't like coworkers. I don't like talking to niggas, so let me know how to get to the horse.
And you both keep talking about it a lot. There's a path that leads to work, meaning you have a skill, she has a skill, and you can both use those skills for something professional. And there's a path that leads to a romantic relationship, and this is the way you should speak to the girl you actually like. It means that you are a man, and she is a woman, and that there is a possibility of something happening between you in the future. That is the premise. And the question now is, how will you do that? How do you build a premise that implies the possibility of a relationship without lowering your value? How do you tell her you're into her without looking like you're holding a sign that says, I love you, please notice me? That's where your golden tools come in. Not just lines, but methods, techniques, and soft weapons. Tools that allow you to play the psychological...
See, bro, like, there's one thing to understand all this shit. Like, he's talking about this, he's breaking it down to a science, but he already subconsciously knows and feels these things, right? So looking at it as a beginner, it's like, damn, I gotta practice all these techniques. It's like, fuck, bro. But the only way to really learn some is to practice it over and over and over and over and over again till you like commit it to memory. That's how things are learned, really, for the most part. It just becomes muscle memory at a certain point. Like, you don't even think about it, but you know it. Like, it forever stays in your brain somehow. But it's just like, bro, it's so daunting right now looking at these. It's like 5 of these Jones, bro. My lord.
Game without losing your identity. And by the way, if you want to go deeper, if you want to master the details and own a proven psychological weapon that can make any girl on this planet fall for you, you'll find a link to my online course in the description. The first tool is the negative premise. How clever it is to say something you didn't explicitly say. You didn't compliment her, you didn't say you're beautiful or I love you, but you brought her into an imaginary world, one that has a relationship and then a breakup. This transforms the conversation from a casual chat into a romantic comedy starring the two of you without ever saying I want you. For example, it's clear we're going to break up soon, or that's a red flag, I don't think we'll make it like this. Notice the intelligence. You didn't say let's start a relationship. You made it seem like there was a relationship and that it ended for some silly reason. That implication alone plants the idea of a past relationship and triggers her brain to wonder, did he say that because he sees me that way? Are we playing a different kind of love game? And that's exactly what you want, to open the doors of her imagination without putting yourself in a position of weakness. The second tool is hypothetical questions. Instead of talking about her and you directly, wrap the conversation smartly in the form of a hypothetical question that makes her imagine a scenario where she's with you. For example, imagine we were dating. Who do you think would get more jealous? You didn't say you're dating her, but you pulled her into a mental experience where both of you are inside an emotional scene. Her brain will automatically begin to process the situation as if it were real. And from that moment, a new psychological link forms. This type of question works like a virus. It doesn't show its effect immediately, but it sinks in and begins stirring questions inside her. Why did he say that? How does he see?
Man, is it not just enough to be like, yo, I think you look good, man? Not to a nigga. I think you look good, girl. Like, can I get your number and shit? Like, bro, is it not enough to just say this shit no more, bro? Like, fuck.
Is he flirting with me in a clever way?
This shit, bro. This shit, you need a college degree in this drawing, bro. Like, golly.
A tiny stage, and she started acting on it without realizing. The third tool is roleplay, and this is where the real fun begins. If you have even a little confidence in yourself, this tool might become your strongest weapon because it creates a complete scene full of feeling, laughter, and attraction, but without any real commitment. For example, you say, no way, you're here after what happened between us after we broke up. Now you're creating a story, a fictional story, with a grain of truth. What makes this approach powerful is that it gives you control over the vibe. You control the scene, the dialogue, and the emotions happening within it. And if she laughs, then you didn't just make her laugh. You made her live an internal scene and see you as someone who was once a part of her life. The fourth tool is emotional humor, or jokes that are funny but contain a subtle emotional hint. You laugh, she laughs, but suddenly the joke carries a deeper meaning that makes the heart skip half a beat. For example, see, just because I said that, we're definitely going to argue all the time after marriage. This kind of humor does something fundamental. It turns laughter into a conversation about the two of you, even if it's just joking. She knows, and you know, that you're hinting at something deeper. So if she laughs or responds in a similar tone, or even stays silent with a smile, that's a silent agreement. That light joke sends smart signals to her subconscious saying, we're not complete strangers. Another scenario is possible. The fifth tool is bringing up male-female dynamics. You're not here to talk about the weather or the news. You're approaching the topic of relationships, attraction, and male-female interaction. So you begin introducing topics that open the door to that kind of connection. For example, you know what? I always wonder, can a man and woman ever just be friends? Or what's the number one thing that turns a girl off from a guy? With that, you're not just starting a deep conversation.
See, like, bro, this shit is confusing. Like, in what scenarios are you asking these questions? First, he was talking about, yo, back when we was married, you spun the block. I'm just like, are you saying that after just first meeting her? Like, you know what I'm saying? You walk across, bro, to wherever you at, the vicinity, and you talking to her for the first time, talking about, damn, bro, I didn't expect you to come back in my life after what happened to. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, my nigga? Like, when do you say this stuff?
You're bringing her into a psychological atmosphere tied to you. From there, you begin asking even smarter questions like, and what do you think of me? Or do you think I fall into those same mistakes? And without asking her for attention, you've placed her in the role of the evaluator. You've made her think of you as a man. And the more a woman evaluates you, the more she begins to see you as a potential option. And the more she feels that you are an option. But the most important thing of all is the message she needs to receive. You're not the one seeking her approval. She is the one stepping into your frame of evaluation. The message that should be delivered through every technique, every hint, and every tool is, I'm a man and you're a woman. We're discovering whether something between us is possible, but I'm not chasing after you like a child looking for his mother's love. You're not just a dazzled spectator. You're a partner in the choosing. Yes, you like her, but the real question is, does she deserve it? That's the difference in attitude. Women are drawn to the man who doesn't cling to them, but who also isn't afraid to show his interest intelligently. The man who has options and sees that she might be one of them, but not everyone makes it in. You are the one who creates the vibe, who sets the premise, who makes her think. And if she steps into that vibe, it's over. The game becomes yours. And if you're still watching up to this point, I just want to say, I love you. This was The Dark Needle, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bro, this nigga's a master manipulator. Even that last little, if you're watching this, I love you. That's just to keep niggas coming back. You know what I'm saying? Watching the vids and shit. Maybe one day you gonna buy this nigga course, bro. That's what it's all about. Is he giving real shit? Potentially. You know what I'm saying? I haven't tested it out yet to see if it works, but it sounds like it would work. I ain't gonna lie. He sound like he really know what he talking about. So shout out my dog for the video, I suppose. But bro, I was starting to get so wrapped up in all of this shit, bro. But at this point, with me, bro, it's not even about getting the girl. It's just about even making the approach. So it don't even gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit don't gotta be S rank approach every single time. At least right off the rip, it don't gotta be that way. It's just about getting my foot in that door, bro, and just doing what the fuck I need to. You know what I'm saying? So I might revisit this video soon, sometime soon, when I need to get my XP up and shit, and I need to get better. But for now, hopefully it served as a way for niggas not to get rejected, I guess. If some of y'all took some from this video, you know what I'm saying, make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what y'all thought of it in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later. Lay y'all. Peace.